Hi everyone, my name is Sandile Mtimkolo, aka the Doctor of Soil. So welcome to Career Mindset. In today's episode, we are going to talk about why skilled people sometimes feel small when they are in big rooms. The other day, reading an article written by a Swiss psychologist, I learned that children become aware of the environment and associated limitations between the age of 2 and 7. That means if it happens that you were born and raised in an environment that is heavily encroached by poverty, lack of self-value, and distorted self-image, chances are it would be very difficult for you to see yourself beyond the boundaries of your community mindset. You may see yourself as someone who is insignificant, even at the time where in your life you have gained skills and resources that are needed by your community. You can actually appear as someone who is needy even when you are in an environment that needs your skills, your talent, your gifts, and your resources. Many years ago, I worked at an organization that had very few people that looked like me in influential positions. So it took a lot for me to even have small conversations with them. The other day I was tasked to do a presentation to my colleagues that were coming from different divisions. I prepared a beautiful presentation working with my seniors, but the problem started when I ascended to the stage. Self-doubt held me in its power. It moved me around like a chess piece. I felt so insignificant without anyone saying anything to me. Before I started the presentation, I said something that I regretted. What I said is, I am going to do the presentation and hand over to my seniors who are going to answer all the questions that will be asked by the audience. That was not a joke. I meant that. And the reason I said that is because I saw myself like a grasshopper in a crowd of giants. I did not think there was something important I could say that these people in the room did not know. I thought there was nothing interesting that could come from my mouth that these guys would be interested in. I wrote myself off before we even started, without even knowing that I was writing myself off by making that statement. These words were not a reflection of my skills, knowledge, and my abilities, but of my mindset. When this happened, I had already made a steady progress in my PhD project, and I already had more than 5 years of work experience. Interestingly, after the presentation, 2 of my colleagues came to me and expressed their disappointment in what I'd done. They stated that my words reflected lack of self-confidence. I doubted myself. So it made people in the room to doubt me or to not even trust what I was about to say. And that was not because of the way they looked at me. It was because of the way I looked at myself. Instead of acknowledging the mistake I made, I remember that I defended myself. I defended myself and I said things like, you know what, these people don't even trust us. They don't want to listen to us anyway. So what's the point of putting effort? So it's not going to change anything. I forgot that I had been given an opportunity to be trusted. I had been given an opportunity to change the way people look at me if they were looking at me in a funny way. if maybe they're looking at me as someone that cannot or should not be trusted. I had been given an opportunity to demonstrate that I can be trusted, to demonstrate that there is something that I can offer to them and to their communities. But I did not use that opportunity. And I think that's one of the things that we do as people. We're given an opportunity that can help us earn trust, but we don't use it effectively. Or we run away from it sometimes because we don't know what's going to happen. And we would say things like, it's better to not try and fail than to go in there, try and then fail. Reflecting on this experience actually taught me that no matter how high you rise in your career, you will surely bring yourself down if you do not pay attention to your mindset and make sure that it changes. Because if it does, everything else will change. I think Wayne Dale was right when he said, if you change the way you look at